I would put it on the bun. You could fit the pickles. You could put pickles in the pickles. You can fit the pickles in there. You can fit the pickles in there. Come on.
Some onions.
Pickle chicken sandwich. Take it away, John Frickin Smith.
Welcome to the rabbit hole,
How did we end up on that rabbit hole?
where all you knew is wrong. And rules are just suggestions,
I like the pipe.
made up as we go along.
Shut up, Corn.
Fuck you.
And who knows what you'll find here. Maybe heaven or your worst fears. Whatever it may be, it's yours to keep forever.
Just in time. You've entered a rabbit hole. Please go down further. Where there's philosophy hidden within stupidity.
My nipples are sweating.
What are they doing to that chicken?
They're punching holes in it. You know what? I want to teabag Hank Azaria. He can make weird noises.
You're fucking weird.
You guys are horrible.
Bunyan rings? Like, I wouldn't eat those.
What the fuck? Hey,
Even if it was Paul Bunyan themed, like, you know what I mean? Like flannel onion rings or something like that. Be like, yeah, I had a heart attack. Fuck you.
it's a sunshiny day.
Yeah. Fat people need love, too. What's up, everybody? You are just in time. And we
Are the J&T baggers.
I don't know if I was actually passing that to you, but the way I said it again was just one of those, like, it's open for interpretation.
I didn't have anything to do with language on there. I went body language. When you did your hands twice in like a chopping motion, it was like, okay, I'm jumping in. I don't know what to do here.
Well, it's been a while. We have no excuses, but we also didn't hear anybody demanding, like, hey, where the fuck's the new episode? It just specifically says every Monday. That means I expect an episode every Monday. I didn't hear that once, so yeah, we're not recording. Fuck you.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about your opinions if you're not sitting there begging for us.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's more of a demand, maybe we'd be better on the supply.
I'm worried about what my penis looks like when my significant other begs for it.
And speaking of penises, we have a late review.
Some movies suck, and some are great, but our reviews are always late. Late reviews with the boys from Just in Time.
That's
I almost want to say leave that in if that came through.
The pause is more just for the intro, the late review intro. You've heard it, haven't you? Corn hadn't. Oh God.
It's about penises?
No, it's not. But yeah, this we didn't do one for season 1, so I guess it's kind of an all-encompassing, or at least for the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Dun dun dun.
Fuck.
Now, before we get into that, we do want to thank Mr. Smith. That's John Frickin Smith to you, Buster, for his beautiful song, Yours to Keep. From the album, Songs of the Great Collapse. I don't know why I put such a weird pause in there. I'm doing like a William Shatner thing. I don't know what's going on with it.
Until you like branched off. That's why I didn't even try to jump in. I'm like, no, this is good.
You can check out that album for free at johnfrickinsmith.com. Or, just by looking in the show notes, description, whatever you want to call it. There is a link there. Click it. Or tick it. It'll make sense if you think about it later. Listen to the album. Maybe it'll make more sense. But yes. So, last time we reviewed any kind of Star Wars anything was Rise of Skywalker. We sat here. Corn and I sat here and spoiled it for Rook just before he went. And it was a very disappointing spoilerization. I don't know about like you being disappointed about it being spoiled. Not that so much. It was more the revelations though riled you up a bit. I know you were still going to see it. There was no deterring that one and shit. You still have to see it. I had to see it for yourself, but
there was still shit I was pissed off at the end of it. But it just is what it is. I didn't hate it as much like as almost everyone did, but that's because I went with my kid, so it has that like sentimental attachment. Outside of that, yeah, fuck it.
The kid doesn't know shit. I'm just kidding.
No, don't make me Freddie Prinze you.
The only point I was making was just the last time we talked Star Wars really on here. Well, the last time we talked Star Wars, I guess technically would have been Nights at the Harry Cigar, a few weeks after the that one. And that was one of those, we were so pissed off at that we had to go to an old Star Wars property to get some joy. Now, that was before I had actually checked out The Mandalorian. I don't know. I think you had already watched it and shit, but luckily it didn't spoil anything for me. And after finally twisting my arm to use your damn Disney Plus password, that was the first thing I went to. Okay, the first thing I went to was goddamn Lion King.
It was what we were talking about in the car, where
Yeah,
like the very first thing you do on Disney is you
revisit your childhood for a split second, because they're all there. They're all there, especially for 90s kids. They're all there. All those beautiful movies that we loved, all those animations that were coming out during that Disney Renaissance and shit.
I forced Layla to watch all the 90s and 2000s Christmas movies from Disney.
Nice. It's a little mean, but
after a while, she dug it.
Did you actually make her watch the one that we reviewed?
Yeah.
The Ultimate Christmas Present? Did she like it?
When Korn first said that, I instantly popped it on for her. I was like, watch this.
But
she was cool with it. I mean, it is what it is. It's entertainment, and that's in the sense of like it keeps your brain going while you're watching it. I don't think it's like when you're thinking about like a concert or anything, but just the sense of, okay, cool, it's on, it's Christmas. There's a lot of shit like that. Hallmark makes a fucking fortune on it.
Yeah. So does Netflix.
Yep.
But so Mandalorian expectations weren't overly high going into it, like when I went to go in to watch season 1. Only because the sequel trilogy, what Disney had already put out up to that point, wasn't that impressive. It all looks beautiful, yes, because it's got high budget. But, like I said, the expectations weren't overly high because, who knows? And a Star Wars live-action TV show, I mean, anytime you talk live-action TV show, especially when it's, like, involving something sci-fi or superhero, you get a bit of a CW effect sometimes. Or there is the fear of that, you know what I mean? It get not just the CW effect, but Cyborg from Smallville CW effect.
Just cheese.
Cheese. And this, right away, aesthetically, let you know that it was not going to be cheese. All right away. Beautiful landscapes and fucking backgrounds and whatnot. The settings themselves already were fucking amazing. Him walking through the double door set the whole fucking tone. Space Western. That's all I needed to see. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Dude, within the first, 10 minutes, he chops a fucking guy in half with the door.
Yeah. And then freezes a guy in carbonite. So right away, I was, into it. Holy fuck, that was badass. And the Beskar element already had tied it in, made it tie into Clone Wars and fucking Rebels. We should have known back then. But I, didn't. But they were really bringing in as many aspects as they could from their animated shows that Dave Filoni fucking had so beautifully curated back in the day, and still has been. So that the interest was already up as soon as I started that episode. The Baby Yoda thing was all I had seen in the memes. Luckily, nobody had spoiled any of the cool stuff that ended up taking place in that first season. Gina Carano is fucking awesome. I've loved her in damn sure everything. Check out our episode Bloody Wet Flip Flops. I don't often suggest solo episodes of mine, but that was one of the few movies I actually fucking enjoyed doing a review for. Was fucking In the Blood. She was the star. Her boyfriend got kidnapped and she had to go taken on fucking a bunch of Latins.
Okay.
Exactly. And there was one death on that movie that I would have been perfectly okay with. I can say it involves a zip line and her interrogating a guy by squeezing him between her thighs. Of course, she breaks his neck and kills him, but I'd probably be okay with that just to be within sniffing distance. But I've digressed. She plays a badass character, Cara Dune or whatever, and fucking. I think that's what I like. I remember one of the things that's been a complaint, I guess, about it is that it feels a bit video gamey, a bit side questy, the episode by episode. But I don't know about you, but Star Wars is always made for awesome video games. So adapting that style of story isn't the worst thing in the world to me, and it's still better than how Rise of Skywalker did it.
Well, I think people forget that, for the longest time, TV wasn't set up as a full storyline for seasons.
Nah.
It was like, okay, well, fuck it. We're going to have 13, 14 seasons of this show, but it's going to kind of be like just to compare it to something nowadays, it's like fucking Archer and adult animation and shit like that, where it's just individual shows. It's not made
episodic instead of serialized.
Boom, there you go. That's the fancy way of saying it.
And I think that's what I love is that even when it feels a bit side questy, like, okay, I'm going to this planet, especially with the second season, there's a couple episodes there where it's like, all right, that was a short ass episode. He went to a planet, met a person, and did one little task. End of episode. But it's all building to a grand finale. And that first season built up to an awesome finale that also solved mysteries too. That first season, I didn't expect to see his face.
I didn't either.
And because I kept true, I binged that first season that first day pretty much that I got on your Disney account. Like, it was just like, all right, I'm here to do a mission. We were joking earlier, like, that it's like almost like a tax write-off situation where I'm like, okay, I have to do it for podcast purposes. And
so I binge watched all of Cobra Kai.
And while I was watching that first season, I avoided looking up the cast. I didn't want to see Pedro Pascal's face until he showed it on the show. And then afterwards, as soon as I start texting you guys, like, okay, I need to see some Pedro Pascal shit. Narcos, bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking 3 weeks later. All right, guys, I've watched all 5 seasons of Narcos and Narcos Mexico, respectively, together.
I've seen enough.
I love Pedro Pascal, man. Not enough to watch Wonder Woman 84, but enough to watch Mandalorian and really enjoy it more. I just wanted to see the guy acting without the helmet and shit. But the fact that you got to see his face in the first season and learn his name too, so it would make it funnier that people just kept calling him Mando. It's not like he gave his name away to everyone though, but and because the way his name is spelled, man. Din Djarin. That Djarin is like a Django spelling. You know I love anything with DJ in it. I'm an asshole. But yeah, there's that phrase again. Did you hear it?
What him?
No, the but yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
The but yes. But sorry, it's just fucking that shit was.
Dude, I like the fact that he wasn't really for droids
yes.
through that situation, because how if you think about it, everyone in Star Wars, they don't have one, but they're not haters of them.
Yeah, there's the first Star Wars, there's that bar, the cantina or whatever. They went into
Oh yeah, you didn't like R2.
Oh, you straight up leave your droids outside. We don't serve their kind. So there's always been that buildup of a weird hatred, and his was less like just full on racism and more just like I almost got killed by a droid as a child. So yeah, I don't really trust him. And that arc throughout the thing where he trusts IG-11 more and more, like he'd already had to trust him a little bit and team up with him in that. What was it? The second episode?
Yeah,
or the first episode
when
they're
first one.
Yeah,
when they're locating the child.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, he blasted at the end, but fucking, he at least knew how to work side by side with him. But by the end of the season, he's crying under that damn helmet because IG-11 fucking kills himself, or sacrifices himself and shit for the baby.
And yeah, dude, he becomes a nursing droid out of nowhere and just starts fucking shit
I loved
up.
that goddamn scene when
Is
he
it-
fucking comes in on the speeder bike and just Des and Troy on everybody.
If you harm that child, does he actually say I will kill you?
I don't remember exactly what I just know he said. I think he just said protect the child or some shit like that. Like it was one of those like awesome. No harm will come to this baby.
I will protect the child.
Yeah, fucking that whole and the way they did it too with him. I've no living person or thing or whatever has seen my face since I was a child. I am not a living thing. You got me there. I like that. Just a good excuse to at least give us a brief glimpse of the face underneath. Mostly because I wanted to make sure it was actually a dude. Because it could have been a chick, Captain Phasma style or something, but no, it was a dude. He had a mustache and shit. Just to let you know. But I don't know, that whole fucking him bonding with the kid and shit. That you kind of expect, and that you know what I mean. The predictable elements, much like with Cobra Kai, honestly, the predictable elements aren't infuriating because they're kind of that's what you would want to see. So it feels more natural flowing and shit. Like, of course he has to bond with this little fucker. I didn't think there was gonna be a force sensitivity to him though, because before going in, all I had seen was that it was a baby, you know what I mean, a baby Yoda species thing. Didn't even think that it would. I assumed, you can see other species and they're not, doing shit.
Yeah,
But
there's other humans that.
He fucking
don't
lifts
do
the mud
Jedi
horn up
shit.
and shit, and fucking when he fucking pushes all the flames back and shit at the fucking stormtroopers and shit I think that was the final episode, or at least right before it. It's cool though. And the Carl Weathers is also awesome. I love that they couldn't keep him as just a bad guy or anything.
They were trying for a second, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "Fuck it, he's
They're
great."
like, dude, yeah, he's too likable, dude. You can't just try to Apollo Creed attitude him again, because anyone who watched Rocky grew to love Apollo Creed too. Like even that first movie showed his side of it.
Oh, that's how Creed came out.
Yeah, he wasn't just a cocky douche. That character wasn't just a cocky athlete. He was a fucking sports marketing genius, pretty much. He knew how to fucking promote a fight. And the show goddamn knew how to promote itself pretty much just by making quality content. That's all it really took was to
Make
see
good shit. Shit happens.
And that's the thing with they unlike what the sequel trilogy was trying to do with all these twists and turns and, you know what I mean, non-committals to fucking shock value things, like the whole killing Chewbacca and then but there's another ship and he was on that one. We didn't mean it. We didn't mean it. It not only has the balls to stick to its guns or to its blasters.
See what he did there? See?
But it also it stripped away a lot of that bullshit, a lot of that extra bullshit that people try to throw in as fluff for stories, and it took it down to a regular fucking a more simplified story, which Star Wars was never the most complicated story in the world. It was always just an amalgamation or whatever of all that. I don't even think that's a word what I just said, but
Dude, it sounds smart, and it sounds like I'm gonna use that word somewhere eventually.
But all the like basic hero tropes went into like Luke's story and shit. You know what I mean? Even Anakin's story. Yes, there were some twists and turns, but not really. You knew Palpatine was going to be the Emperor the whole time watching the prequel trilogy. Although as a kid, first time watching it, I didn't actually put it together on Phantom Menace. It wasn't until fucking the end. The end of Attack of the Clones. I'm like, wait, those guys got the same exact goddamn face. Oh, son of a bitch, you got me. You got me. Okay, he's the Emperor in disguise. Okay, I see where you're going. Your timelines make sense now. Star Wars made me... That's what made prequel type shit make sense to me as a kid, though, was watching the Star Wars prequels and like, okay, that's Obi-Wan. That's how they had to start off Phantom Menace. Be mindful of your feelings, Obi-Wan. Okay, I know exactly where we are. The enemy's gate is down. I'm sorry. But yeah, the fucking what was it when they're on that forest type planet or whatever too in the first season, and he almost pretty much falls in love with that fucking native chick and shit.
Almost stays.
Yeah, almost lets her take off his helmet, which I don't mean that in a nasty way either. I just realized, just like, I'll let you take off my helmet, baby, anytime. All right. Sorry.
Sounds like she's gonna rip your dickhead off.
Ow!
Like it's gonna be a hard handy.
It's Star Wars. Maybe she's actually not a human, but like some kind of changed, like shapeshifter species and shit. Those exist in Star Wars. Remember We were just talking Attack of the Clones. What did they call it? A changer. I think that's all. She's a changer or some shit like that. Changeling. I don't know.
I think it was changeling.
But seeing like those people come together, the village or whatever, and take down the fucking, what's it, the ATST or whatever. It was awesome.
That's when he gets fucking.
And the red eyes thing of it at night too. Like when it was coming, that was fucking beautiful. It looked fucking like I forgot they had to piss him off to get him to chase after him in that. And you just saw the windows lights fucking. And again, Gina Carano, awesome.
Yeah.
I fucking. She didn't have to grow on me. She was instant with that one. The tattoo on the face too. You know how many people have probably already gotten that? And the fact that tattoo got a backstory in the second season too. That is even more awesome. But yeah, first season, honestly, I fucking. I don't know. Well, we don't really rate shit like 9 out of 10 and shit, but I would probably say about 9 out of 10. That first season was, Giancarlo Esposito, our black villain, the ultimate TV villain. Let's be real. He set the stage fucking with Breaking Bad, and he doesn't mind being typecast for that because he knows. He is so intimidating.
He really is, for being like someone who doesn't like look like he's gonna beat you up or anything.
I feel like he could say anything and it would scare the fuck out of me. Like, just like you're at your own birthday party and shit. Blow out the candles. Why do you want me to blow out the candles? What are these exploding candles that explode when you blow them out?
He almost looks like Dave Chappelle as Prince.
Yeah, but he's so serious and shit. It's scary. And it's weird because I remember seeing that guy on like Do the Right Thing and shit. He's been in movies for a long time. He's been in a few Spike Lee joints, actually. I know for sure he was on Malcolm X.
Dude, that guy's fucking creepy because he's like anything. He
played Muhammad Ali's dad too on Ali. You know the one. There's a new thing coming out with someone playing Ali. I saw a commercial for. I don't know who or I don't know what it's on, but
Will Smith should be his dad.
Yeah. But fucking yeah, that first season I was blown away and instantly wanted more. Seeing fucking Homeboy with the emphasis they put on the Beskar and shit and the whole "this is the way." At first it's fucking awesome until you watch the second season, and then it's like, okay, so is that like some cult shit? Like they're all "this is the way. We have no names. Project Mayhem."
Yeah, dude, because second season, they run into some pretty fucking awesome.
The second season seemed like they were just like, okay, we gave you a bunch of original characters, right? In the first season, they gave you a bunch of original characters, a shit ton, all pretty much the whole show.
Little guy,
yeah. Second season, they were just like, okay, this is Star Wars, and we have some things in the back pocket. So first episode, Boba Fett, Crate Dragon. Let's talk Crate Dragons for a second.
Dude, okay, so if you don't know what a Crate Dragon is, apparently this wasn't on KOTOR. It's bigger than a fucking Sarlacc.
It eats the Sarlaccs.
Yeah.
Which apparently, I guess that's their hint at saying that's part of how Boba escaped, I guess, is that so the Crate Dragon ate the Sarlacc and somehow he got out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was awesome seeing Timothy Oliphant in Boba Fett's armor. Like,
Dude,
knowing
when
that he
first
wasn't
walked
Boba
in,
Fett.
I was like, what the
That's not
fuck is
Boba. He's
going-
too
yeah.
tall and lanky.
Yeah, like Boba Fett does not look like that.
Boba's short and tight, man.
This makes no sense at all. How can you fly?
And it looks so, I loved how it was all rusted and janky and shit too, the armor and shit. But seeing that crate dragon, I was still satisfied with it just because they approached it similar to how the video games and shit almost dead on.
But
Attracted
they fucked
with a
with
bantha.
everyone.
Yeah. And that's what I like too, is that they still managed to find an unpredictable aspect to it. Because at first I'm like, okay, if I see a cave, an abandoned Sarlacc pit, son of a bitch, that's a goddamn cave. Don't try to tell me it's something else. It's a cave.
Sarlacc pit's bottom.
Yeah,
They come out like a fucking worm. Did they not pay attention?
but it was, yeah, it was awesome. He goes inside the goddamn dragon, blows it up, and fucking the goddamn Tusken Raiders get that pearl. I have had this question. The pearl, I remember distinctly on Knights of the Old Republic. That pearl was able to be used in your lightsaber as like a power up.
I don't know why it was a bowling ball.
It was a goddamn bowling ball. It was a beach ball.
Yeah,
It-
it was big
that
as
was-
shit. Unless you like shatter it and use a shard or something, like
That
how
I can.
Marvel does their shit.
Well, since
but,
they do use crystals, I guess I can.
but no, they had the whole pearl.
It looked
in
like the
KOTOR.
whole
It was a
pearl.
whole fucking
Yeah.
pearl. No, it was a dead on. It was a pearl, like an oyster pearl.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. But even thinking back to that, you had a whole pearl that was only this fucking big.
Out of a goddamn dragon.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes more sense for it to be giant.
And especially how massive they fucking made that.
Yeah, they
thing.
did make it fucking way huge. But I did notice the horn pattern was very similar to how it was done on the video game and like in like
Well,
the pictures from the novels I'd seen.
Shit, they had they had that little sand person lead the
Yeah.
fucking band there, and that was my favorite part of that whole episode. Outside of Timothy Oliphant being in the episode, was
Him running away. And
him
fucking
running
getting
away.
eaten.
Fucking, I can't think. I just said the fucking name of it, but yeah,
Great dragon.
no, the Banta. Fucking Banta's sitting there, nailed to the floor, and he picks off the little sand person, and both of them instantly just like, oh, we're gonna need a different plan.
Yep. And you just knew if they were bringing in Boba Fett's armor, they had to bring him in.
At some point, you have to, because it's like,
And that was
okay,
awesome that they didn't waste too much time on it. The end of that episode, you at least saw him seeing things happen in front of him and shit. Scarred and deformed, but still being played by Tamora Morrison, who that has to be some of the most weird shit to be able to play like basically 2 generations of a character and shit with the same guy. That's fucking awesome.
Clones, man,
Yeah.
clones.
I did love that. His god damn it, his introduction, or not his introduction, but when he gets the armor back. I know that episode that it's I'm skipping a little bit ahead from the beginning of the season, but that episode, fucking Robert Rodriguez did a goddamn fantastic job giving us Boba Fett action, because we did not get that in the old trilogy.
Dude,
He
okay,
died
so
like a little bitch. That's always been
at
the running
that
joke.
point, you watch so much like badassery from The Mandalorian, from fucking Din, and then that happens, and you're like, okay, whoa.
There's
He
other
knows how to
elements.
use this on another fucking level.
He had the fucking knee rockets or whatever, or the knee gun shit, and the way he used the fucking rocket and blows up one ship, has it crash into another. That was fucking awesome. I was trying to describe that to Korn too. I was like, dude, they brought Boba Fett back even. Like I'm sitting there trying to sell it to Korn, just like, dude, they're digging. They're not digging deep like in like a trying too hard type of way. They're digging deep in like a, we know you want to see this, bitch. And they're fucking right. I'm a good little piggy bitch. I want to see it. But the second episode was... okay, the second episode I remember was like your least favorite. Because that was Frog Lady and the Giant Spiders.
Oh, dude, I mean...
It's just because the giant... I remember that. You were saying just... It's sci-fi, though. That was my only response.
Yeah, that's the thing about that situation with having an episode like... Because that was one of the few that was two. I mean, usually the season finale is like two or the intro or something, but that was one of the few times in there that back-to-back episodes, like not full episodes, they ditched that bitch in the first 5 minutes on the second one.
Yeah.
But I didn't get mad at the frog situation. I got mad at people complaining on the internet about the frog situation.
About
and
him
then,
eating the eggs.
Yeah, dude.
Unfertilized eggs.
So it's a situation where it's like, no, it's cute. It's a little fucking monster creature that we don't really know about.
How many Americans can sit there and say they don't have a little porker fucking kid that snacks on the goddamn ho-hos the way that baby was fucking hitting them damn eggs?
Even though you say not to.
Yeah, you tell them no and they sneak it off. I have seen children running through houses in the night. I know it sounds creepy saying it like that, but I've seen it when they're fucking going and fucking trying to sneak snacks and shit. You're just like, dude, if you're hungry, just say you're fucking hungry. What are you doing? Fucking it's a 9. You're just fucking sneaking through the dark. It's funny too because they trip.
Yeah, because they're trying so hard and their feet aren't going too high at all. It's just like they're trying to quick tiptoe. I've done it. I was there. Yeah. I did it. I tripped all the fucking time on carpet.
What are you doing? Nothing.
Why do I hear a rapper?
Exactly.
No, dude.
Put the Twinkie back.
Okay, everyone that's ever been like watching a kid or in those situations, like hell with me with Layla for the first time, I found out she was sneaking food. Like, dude, I told her the same thing. I was like, if you're that hungry, like, let me know. Like, there's a difference between just overeating and you're actually really hungry and want to eat food. Yeah. I was like, so if you're hungry, dude, I'll get you a snack. I'll make you what you want. Like, you don't have to worry about running with it, but it does piss you off because you're like, you find it, it pisses you off because you find the incident where you see it. And then you're like, fuck, okay, they've been doing this. Where's their fucking stash?
Yep.
Every kid under the bed because they're like, my parents are going to clean this far underneath my bed. Bullshit. Every once in a while we get bored. Wait, why am I speaking to children? They're not listening. Anyways. Fucking, so it's a situation where, like, dude, I went under there was a whole mess of shit. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, you're not even finishing it. At least if you're gonna sneak it, finish it. Like, come on.
Yeah, but the giant spiders thing was more...
It's sci-fi.
At least they got it out of the way.
I'm glad.
And they shouldn't... You probably won't see it much more. Even KOTOR had a version of giant spiders.
That was my problem, is I've seen too many giant spider situations from... Of course, they're always going to have it in movies.
Sci-fi and space especially. Like, if you... It's one of those... I think it's just an easy thing to draw on is just like, you go to a planet that you've never been to before.
Giant spiders.
Yeah. Your worst fear on Earth,
but
times 1,000.
Yeah, dude.
Size and numbers in general. Just times 1,000.
I just feel like, fuck, even in video games they have it. You go like anywhere that has like a main boss of a level,
yeah,
or a main boss of
there's always
an episode.
They've been even like Ninja Gaiden. There's some form of giant spider.
Fucking Harry Potter,
fucking Lord of the Rings.
See, so it was like, okay, at a certain point you're like, well, you know, and even though I hated that part. It's one of those, they still got down with the spiders. Like, that's a scary ass situation. They were crawling like crazy.
And when that big one when they were about to take off and that big one came and just like, nope, dropped right down onto the ship and fucking was holding it down. That was a bit scary.
I'm trying to think of what game, like, you would shoot something and these little spider creatures would come up and they would explode on you if they landed on you.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, but it was kind of like the same situation with the ice spiders, the little ones.
Yeah.
And you'd have to shoot them down. They would pop out of, I think it was zombies or something like that. They would pop out of a zombie. I
actually thought
Resident Evil.
If they really wanted to like have because either way, the baby was going to learn a lesson from eating the eggs, which is another thing that sometimes people on the internet forget is that characters, especially on TV shows, they can develop. They learn lessons. And that's exactly what happened in that next episode. You know what I mean? He saw the little froggy come out and all excited and shit, not even trying to eat him. But shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that was just like my least favorite episode, but there wasn't so much like bad in it. There was
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. When he ate one of the spiders, the baby, I thought I thought they were gonna go the angle of that spider being poisonous and the baby fucking him needing to find a doctor for the baby, pretty much. To fucking
yeah, I'm kind of tripped out about that. Nothing happened.
he's eating frogs and spiders and shit, and none of them affect him. That baby's strong in the force, or just knows what's safe to eat and what's not. Because I wouldn't have been just eating some random mystery meat on any goddamn random planet like that.
Well, I mean, they did say he's 50.
Yeah. But I mean, he still gets entertained by the knob on a goddamn shifter
It's
and
shiny.
shit. But
He's a 50-year-old man-child. He has like that Benjamin Button shit going on.
for me, that the season really got going in that third episode in season 2 when he goes to that water planet. I don't remember the name of it, but gets rescued. Him and the baby get rescued by Bo-Katan and some more Mandalorians.
Now for the people, obviously, I don't know. If you don't
You didn't
know,
watch Clone Wars and Rebels, because I only recognized the red hair more than the name itself.
after the first season, you find out a Mandalorian is more of a race than people at this point. Until now, this episode where you're like, oh shit,
There's real Mandalorians.
that's a
They take
race.
off their helmets. They don't go off of that same creed or whatever that he goes off of. And
Not bounty hunters.
Bo-Katan I didn't know this, that Katie Sackhoff did the voice for Bo-Katan in Clone Wars and Rebels. So basically has spent the last decade providing the voice for the character, only to come on The Mandalorian and bring the character to live action. That is some full circle shit. And I was watching one of the things, like the behind the scenes things, and like she even said that Dave Filoni joked with her when she first started on Clone Wars that one day that was going to be live action. And all of a sudden there she is suiting up in the armor. Fucking well done. They're the action with those Mandalorians, like seeing Din out of place and shit, feeling out of place when they went to fucking steal that ship or whatever. Like you could tell he couldn't quite keep up with them. He saw what a unit looked like.
Pretty much him times 3.
Yeah, saw what it looked like to see a real team just fucking. Because that was smoother than all the Mandalorians trying to do an endgame thing at the end of the first season. They were smooth. That was a fucking heist. Done well. And the fact that they got that guy from Sons of Anarchy too. Fucking, yeah.
Ron Perlman?
Yeah, no. Ron Perlman. No,
oh shit, that's a whole different
that
show.
Irish guy.
Chips?
Nah. The one that kidnapped the baby.
Oh.
Ironic, huh? That he goes on to. Yeah, but
Saves the baby.
yeah, fucking. It was awesome seeing that scene, seeing him having to see like some real Mandalorians and just how fucking really accurate they made her look compared to her cartoon counterpart and shit. Very nice.
So the only difference, did she have like fucking white like around her neck on?
I don't think so. All I remember is the owl design or whatever on the front or on the helmet. But that was still just awesome to see that there too. I'm forgetting what happens in the 4th episode because that wasn't the Ahsoka one.
Was that the one with Bill Burr?
No, that one was later. That was right before the final one.
Ah.
Because that was when he went back to see Carl Weathers and fucking homegirl and Gina Carano, and they went and had to blow up that Imperial base or whatever on their planet.
Where gun fucking jams.
Yeah. No, that's
That's
the final
later.
episode.
Fuck, goddamn.
Yeah, that was when
My brain
that
is
blue
foggy.
guy from the first episode, when he was basically Carl Weathers' bitch. Just like, drive us there. You will if you want some more years back, pretty much. Yeah, that was a forgettable episode. I'm not gonna lie. That one was pretty forgettable. They blew up a fucking base, and got away.
See,
But it was leading to that. It was just because Bo-Katan in the third episode told him to seek out Ahsoka Tano. So of course they had to deprive us one more episode. Give us that next one, let it be kind of forgettable. And then probably my favorite, at least up until the final episode, was Ahsoka's introduction. That was her episode.
that from the very beginning, that
It started
shit was
with her.
awesome.
With her beef. My ninja Michael Bean. Which that was the one I was texting in the group chat, fucking Johnny Ringo. Awesome. A Beskar spear, which that was awesome. Rosario Dawson. I've been excited for that the whole time. That was the only thing that I had heard behind the scenes wise before, like, hell, probably this time last year and shit. They announced it pretty early on that they had cast her to play that part. And right away, I was just like excited to see that. And they didn't disappoint. Her action was fucking amazing. That forest scene, she was a fucking ghost assassin. She chopped a dude through a goddamn tree, threw the stump with the force at another dude. All just to walk up to the gate and be all calm and shit, too. That was fucking awesome. She
was mastering the light side. She kicked their ass with silent positivity and confidence.
And then fucking Mando arrives, fucking, you see people are being oppressed and whatnot. Fucking, he accepts, I remember, like, they asked him to go kill her pretty much. And he never actually said he would do it. He just fucking asked where she was. And then, of course, he finds her, a quick little fight between them and shit. And then they fucking, you find out the goddamn baby's name. Which I didn't think they were gonna do. I didn't think we were ever gonna find out a name for that little fucker. Grogu. I think I like that it's a very underwhelming type of name.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy they didn't go with anything else with a Y.
I was someone had brought that up too. Like, why wouldn't they do that? Like, there shouldn't have to be a rule for that. I don't want to see that all the time.
If they didn't do
Yeetle
anything
or something, Yeet. Oh my God, Yeetle. That would have been perfect for all the memes he's already in.
Zito.
Hey, yeet the baby. No, he's the baby and his name is Yeet. You don't yeet the baby. Jesus. Yeah, finding out that not only that, but that he was actually, he's a survivor, pretty much. He survived goddamn Anakin killing younglings. Somehow someone kept him safe and hidden. And he's seen the rise and fall of the Empire.
See, I don't have a huge confidence that the person that hid him was Luke or Yoda.
Well, okay, Luke couldn't have done it because he was being born as Anakin was killing younglings, or he was almost born. He was still in the womb, actually.
So obviously, I don't think it's him.
That's my theory. Is Jar Jar. Jar Jar was a hero, and he died saving Grogu.
I could believe that, or even Yandel, because she falls off the map, or Yaddle, or whatever. She straight falls off the map after the first one.
Well, in the expanded universe, she died saving Anakin during the Clone Wars. Or actually, I think before the Clone Wars, they were doing some mission on some planet. Some bomb was about to go off, and she like pretty much absorbed it all and sacrificed herself.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna find out that's Yoda's love child, though.
I really do believe that one because it's like
Yoda and Yaddle's love child.
How do you have any other of
when
that
900 years
species?
old you are, you can get tail from bitches that don't have as long a lifespan as your species, and they die, and then you just keep on going on. Think about it, that if Yoda was just slinging human pussy all the time, he could get married like 70 times. Especially if he kills a couple of them himself. Doesn't let him live to old age and shit.
He needs the dark side somewhat.
All things balanced, right? But so Ahsoka, not only was it badass that she was able to get the name out of the baby and give us a little backstory on that, but also she, her and Din worked together to take down these fuckers. And I liked how even the final fight was hers, not his. He just gets a little standoff on the outside with fucking Johnny Ringo. I can't let go of it now. Like that. Why didn't Mando say when? That would have been perfect. He doesn't have, obviously you can't say I'll be your Huckleberry in Star Wars. That just doesn't work.
I mean, it's a space western.
Yeah, but that would take away the immersion a bit too much. But you can say when. Say when. It was cool that conversation was going on while the chicks are in the fucking on the other side of the wall, just battling it out with a spear versus lightsabers. That was awesome. The samurai aesthetic there, the Kurosawa fucking style. That was awesome. That's the kind of shit George Lucas was all about with his fucking. That's
how you have the western out front where you can hear what's going on in the background, and in the background, boom, samurai fight.
And the fact that after she wins her fight, she drops a name. You remember that the name she drops? She asks for the location of a specific person, a specific Chiss admiral, a Grand Admiral named Thrawn. Best blue guy in all of Star Wars. He's the real Dabba Dee Dabba Die. Emphasis on die. I want to see that meme now. But so that was awesome. Obviously she refuses to train the baby, even though he's been looking for a Jedi this whole time to train the baby. Of course she can't just take the baby, because you can't. The whole time I'm like, he can't let the baby go with any Jedi and shit. That's his surrogate son and shit. So of course in the next episode the fucking Imperial guys take the goddamn baby with them dark troopers. Which, okay, the baby meditating on the little seeing stone was the funniest shit I've seen in a while. I don't know why, but it just made me laugh seeing, like, I think because the bulge in the eyes when the eyes are closed too. Just like, he looked like he was stoned. And he had a force field around him too. How many times did Mando have to go to that try to reach through that force field before you got annoyed? It was the second time that got me pissed off. Like, all right, after that, stop trying, dude. It's not gonna let you through. Gets blown back. But that was also the episode where Boba kicks the fucking shit out of a bunch of stormtroopers. I love that
Half of them
too.
by hand.
I love that, seeing him fucking breaking their armor and shit with that goddamn gaffy stick thing. I only know that from KOTOR, Sand People.
That show was badass though, because he was fucking people up.
Yeah.
He even hit one dude in the chest. I'm pretty sure he died.
Apparently, from what I saw, that the style of fighting that he was doing with that stick and shit was suggested by the actor. Tamura Morrison wanted to fucking do that, like, I think he's like Samoan or something like that, you know what I mean? One of those fucking weird, like,
An islander?
Yeah, but like a New Zealand islander and shit. There's a lot of those. Like Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
But like fucking, yeah, so that was like some tribal shit he was doing and shit. Like a tribal dance he was integrating into the fight style.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's badass that he was that into it. Like, it's been almost 20 years since I fucking played Jango Fett. You already made me disgrace the old original Boba Fett by putting my voice over his. And now you want me to come back again as old Boba. Yes, I'm in. Fuck yeah, Boba's back.
Well, hell, I'm pretty sure you even did some of the video games too.
Everybody wanted Boba back. That I remember the Bounty Hunter game on PS2, and that was Django though. I think too. They were capitalizing on that Attack of the Clones era, but that was fucking. It was badass to see Boba not only kick ass like in that with the stick and shit, but then when he gets the armor back on, oh my god!
It's a whole nother level.
Like fucking my god. That was actually that particular scene was what I had seen on there was like a behind the scenes thing where Robert Rodriguez like had his kids act out that scene when Boba first gets the armor back on and he's fucking sneaking up behind the stormtrooper. His kids were doing that in his backyard and shit. He's using toys as stormtroopers, showing them getting knocked down by the blasters and shit. Like he had that vision for Boba's return with the armor back on, fucking before he stepped on set. That's awesome. Like they're like before any of that shit happened, like boom, no, I know exactly how I'm gonna do it. That guitar playing Latin motherfucker. Weird ass son of a bitch. I'm gonna make Machete be a killer. And then I'm gonna go make another Spy Kid style movie.
Oh, and Spy Kids are coming back out.
Yeah, he already brought back Lava Girl from fucking that Netflix movie.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
That is what it is. I think
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is also involved, which that's awesome there too. But yeah, seeing Boba Fett kick ass, and we already talked about him using the rocket launcher and blowing up the ship and making it crash into another ship. That was fucking awesome. Like that whole scene, and the fact that they brought back Fennec Shan or whatever too. I was gonna say the Asian chick, but no, we can say it, the Asian chick. The dangerous bounty hunter from the fucking first season, who we didn't get enough of her, even though I kind of liked her style on the first one. Was that on Tatooine when fucking they were when they captured her or whatever? That was kind of cool too. She had robot guts.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was
This guy owed him a life debt, and you're like, what the fuck? And then boom, and you're like, oh, what the shit?
Well, she did get shot and left for dead.
Which makes me question how much of Boba Fett's actually. Did they show any of him being fucking
robotic?
droid?
No. But apparently he knows how to do it because he was able to save her.
Because, I mean, that might be also something they can go down is, well, if he saved her with it, how the hell did he learn it? Oh, yeah, he got eaten by something.
Maybe. Yeah, that's yeah, that's a weird fucking thought. But they just showed him all scarred up, like maybe stomach acid burns and shit. So maybe the armor kept him better protected than they give credit for. Because he did have his armor on. So that I'm hoping that's what protected him. That's what I'm assuming. Ming Na Wen, that's the actress that played
Asian.
Yeah. Sorry, it just felt wrong seeing the Asian like that for some reason. Yeah, fucking yeah. Okay, I did get the character name right at least, Fennec Shand. But yeah, she was a badass, and it was cool seeing her come back fighting with Boba, killing stormtroopers, not missing. But they took that goddamn baby. And I love how when he went and told Gina Carano at the end of that episode, I need you to help me break out Bill Burr. I'm not doing that. I just got this position. I can't do that. They have the baby. That was a Terminator look. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody's gonna die. Mama Bear look.
That's fucking Papa Bear, like Mama Bear, I can't handle this shit.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Oh my god. Is it smoky in here? A little bit. But that the jailbreak episode. First off, they didn't have to break him out of jail, so it was more just like the beginning of just no, you're going with her. I love how scared he was too. Just like at least tell me where you're taking me. And fucking Boba comes out like, "What? Oh, I thought you were someone else. Ah! But I loved the conversation that was going on because the Mando has to break his rule, fucking his big rule and shit. He has to take off his helmet and put on a goddamn stormtrooper helmet to go undercover, pretty much. Because of course, I love how they had an excuse for everyone else to not be able to do that one. Of course, they might recognize Boba Fett's face. That's fair. And the other two were wanted in some form or another. Also fair. Bill Burr's the only one that had fucking credentials, basically, or at least a usable face for the Empire. That was cool. I like that guy, too. That fucking old guy that pissed off Bill Burr and shit. He played it just evil enough and just happy enough to be evil. Also, he's on 3 from Hell and a couple other Rob Zombie movies, so he's like certified like killer already.
Are you talking about the guy that fucking Bill Burr shot?
Yeah. Just because I saw the best meme ever with that one, it just showed him sitting. It was that scene, him sitting at the table with that douchebag smile on his face, and the caption said, "I dip my pizza in ketchup," and then just showed Bill Burr just looking at him, and then that was good enough for me. How dare you?
I know people. That is a weird thing.
But I like that as they're driving, that was cool too. When they were driving to the thing, they had the explosive shit. Fucking Mando has to go out and fight those dudes on the fucking top of the shit. He tries to use the fucking stormtrooper armor like it's his Beskar and finds out how breakable that shit is. Which is cool because he was still kicking ass. Even after he fucking worn out, fucking kicking all that ass and looks up, sees like 5-6 more of those fucking things full of people coming. He just stands there and fucking knuckles up, just like, all right, here we go again. And they gave us the first, something I've never seen in Star Wars. A moment of triumph when TIE fighters show up and start blasting folk. That was the weird fucking way they presented it, but like cool as fuck the way they did that too. Just like, oh yeah, they are still military, so you can still show some kind of, you can still at least respect that they're soldiers, and most of them aren't, you know what I mean? Aren't as dedicated to the evil parts as that guy. Mr. Pizza Ketchup, now, as I'm calling him. But I like that too, though, that when they got in there and shit, fucking Din had to make that choice. Do I abandon the mission, abort the mission because Bill Burr doesn't want to be recognized? Or do I go in and take off that goddamn helmet? And that was fucking awesome. He took off the helmet, showed that the character was willing to go fucking anywhere to save that kid. Already, like, okay, there's certain principles that aren't going to be coming into play here because they have a baby and I need to get that baby. Takes off his helmet and instantly you see the discomfort.
I love that part.
Pedro Pascal did a great job with
like, I don't like this. Like, you could see all over his face, like, this is fucking weird. Why are you guys... Why? Why is everyone looking at me?
You know what it reminded me of almost? Grandma's Boy. Remember when the fucking guy with the trench coat, he's hiding in the corner? He's like, JP, I can see you. You're fucking weird. He just walks away and the dude fucking, how can he see me? That's what I pictured with Pedro Pascal. Just like, how can they see my face? Or like Rorschach almost, but more contained. Give me back my face. Fucking...
Like, dude, and hats off to him, because in that moment, I even felt this
what do you say?
Of like, hey, dude, put your fucking helmet back on. Like, no, just, this is weird.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to see you.
It was fucking, yeah, it was very well played. I like how it was foreshadowed, too, in the fucking tank, where Bill Bird's saying, like, you know, everybody's got their beliefs until they're pushed, pretty much, and that it said it perfectly. And the fact that he even learned it, too, that his character got that serious moment of, like, well, you know, this guy's families probably didn't appreciate that much. All for the greater good of the Empire. Yeah. Cheers. I love that too. There was a meme of like one of the first stormtrooper to get shot after that old guy gets shot. Just like, dude, I was just trying to enjoy my lunch. Like, I just walked in on this. Obviously, everybody gets shot. Bill Burr does the noble thing and blows up the whole goddamn base, which was cool because the whole time they had they had fucking the ladies with their fucking sniper guns and shit, shooting stormtroopers and helping out. Boba Fett comes and picks them up. It was a fucking team effort. It was nice.
That's how you run a unit. No one died that day.
Except all them goddamn stormtroopers.
Fuck yeah.
And the evil side of Bill Burr. I really hope to see him come back because he was awesome. It was awesome seeing him just in Star Wars in the first season, even though he had that weird shoulder gun thing.
I didn't like it.
It reminded me of Men in Black 2, Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I mean, it came in handy, but I didn't like it.
It was weird. It was weird. But I liked that episode too. I forgot about that Prison Break episode because that was the real Prison Break episode. And he fucking locked everybody up, got fucking sweet revenge, and tried to save the innocent fucking Republic guy. And then just left the homing beacon or whatever on the fucking... I forgot about that. The guy for another Sons of Anarchy actor, Bobby. That was weird too, seeing like, yeah, the X-Wings come up and just blow up that guy's whole fucking operation. Just, but yeah, that was fucking awesome. Seeing, but bringing Bill Burr back. But I didn't realize how much I wanted to see him back in there until they actually got him in.
Well, to me, since the only way they can really...
You notice the old schoolness of these...
Yeah, I did, dude. I was sitting there like, okay, there's either some weird mechanism going on where this is... He put a stem in here that just stayed the whole way, or it's the crutch ones.
Yeah, these papers could be the kicker on replacements, man. They're wiry.
Nice. That's punny.
But that Bill Burr awesome episode was just the one before a grand finale. It wasn't just a season finale. It was a grand season finale. Like that was... Okay, let's start from somewhat beginning. Boba and Din go in they go to get goddamn Bo-Katan involved, pretty much. And she gets the same mama bear look too. When he says they have the kid, and she fucking gets that same mama bear look. Like, who? Who the fuck do you think, bitch? The Empire. Gideon. The dude you're after, who has your Darksaber. They made sure to emphasize that too. She wanted that Darksaber. She wanted to be the one to fight him and kill him. So they take a shuttle. They took a shuttle, right? Got onto that ship. This big, I think they called it a light cruiser or something like that. And they have a whole platoon of dark troopers. Those goddamn big old Terminator things. You didn't even get to see them fight anything on the first time you saw them in the show either. They just came, took the baby, and left. Very Iron Man-esque too, with their rocket feet. But yeah, you get an awesome, awesome scene with the four ladies, man. Where did the dude go? That is my question. Because remember when we first saw Bo-Katan, she had the wrestler, she had Sasha Banks. I'm pretty sure that's her name. And there was some dude.
Kind of looked possibly white or Asian.
Yeah. But then next time you see him, it's just the two ladies. Convenient, so that you could have an all-woman team up. Because you got the two Mando chicks. Got fucking Gina Carano. And you got fucking Fennec Shand. That's a multi-racial all-lady gathering, too. You got like a little bit of everything. I don't know what Gina Carano is. I'm assuming Italian or something. You got all kind. You've got Latin blackness and fucking Asianness.
You got everything. And
you got a butt white. I love that butt white Katie Sackhoff though. Goddamn. She could. I'm not gonna make any jokes about the last name. That's just too easy. Okay. There's such thing as a low-hanging fruit, and sometimes I don't. Does my fat ass look like I eat fruit at all? Exactly. Although I'd be the lazy one to get the low-hanging one. Anyway, badass fucking infiltration scene with those 4 chicks. That's when you get the awesome gun jam scene too, with Gina Carano fucking slamming the gun on the ground and then fucking. And yes, I felt like a child just now doing that. Fuck, but fuck you. It's Star Wars and it's supposed to bring out the kid in you, goddammit. And that fucking episode did. Because they were kicking ass. And then Din's on his way trying to go solo, trying to sneak around and find the baby. And one goddamn dark trooper gets out before he could close the door. Well, he did hit the button though, huh? And
he hit the button.
It opened the airlock. And when that happened, I'm like, okay, well, that's not really a triumph, is it? They got rocket feet and they're not humans. Like, unless they have the icing problem like the first Iron Man, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be okay. But he had to fight that one. That thing was fucking him up,
dude.
Without
it was
hurting him.
Fucking him up bad.
But that showed how strong that goddamn Beskar really is too, because the helmet did not get a single dent. But I mean, okay, even if the helmet isn't getting fucking cracked or bent or anything like that, your head getting the NFL has proven your head getting knocked around that much is still gonna fucking hurt.
Dude, okay, so just go back a few episodes and that whole, or actually the episode before, the uncomfortable face situation. Yeah, no, that's because he's fucked up in the head from
He's got
concussions.
Yeah. Because the helmet was always made of pure Beskar, huh?
Yeah, because even in the beginning, that was the only thing he had that was Beskar.
Yeah. So that was awesome though too, because he had to bust out the spear because he tried everything else, including the whistling things or whatever,
and it just pinked off him,
Yeah.
kind of like fucking Iron Man.
That was awesome. Yeah, you had to fucking stab it like pretty much in the throat, damn near. I mean, it's a robot, so you can do whatever you want to it. Star Wars loophole.
Dude, and
they
when
figured
he
it out in the
strikes it through
prequels.
The throat, that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
and then the fucking Giancarlo Esposito, man, Moff Gideon, standing there with the darksaber, holding the baby at darksaber point. He looked like he was gonna try to cut the little hairs off his head with it. The way he was
like
waving it
back
over.
and
Yeah.
forth.
And of course, you knew. Oh yeah, you can just go ahead and take him. I just want the darksaber. Bullshit. Obviously, there's gonna be a betrayal, but that was an awesome little fight there too. I wasn't expecting anything too big because it's an old guy still, kind of. But still, a nice little fight. Obviously, Din wins because he's got that spear. I did notice the darksaber was heating up that spear quite a bit, though.
Yeah, dude. Same with his armor.
Yeah, because that didn't happen when Ahsoka was fighting that chick and she had the spear, and she was slamming all up on it.
Wasn't it happening to his armor though when he was fighting her?
I don't know. I just know she was pinging off of it and shit. I think the darksaber might be a hotter blade or whatever than a regular standard saber. But of course,
blackness.
After he defeats him, he's walking in triumphantly with the darksaber in one hand and the baby in the other. And Bo-Katan instantly has that look on her face, like the disappointed look on her face. What are you doing? You can't. Why do you have? And this motherfucker was just enjoying the fuck out of it, dude. Oh no. She can't give you the darksaber. You can't give her the darksaber. She has to win it in battle. She has to kill you. Ha 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 ha. This is gonna be interesting. He was so happy with his evilness. And of course, all the goddamn dark troopers come running back in, flying back in. And they do the lamest attempt at opening the door. I mean, Qui-Gon looked like he was wasting a bit of time when he was trying to lightsaber through the double doors and shit, the blast doors on the first.
Spinning it and everything.
But these fuckers stood there and just punching it. But then the most awesome thing, it wasn't just that it was awesome. It was because it was the last thing. Like, I know everybody had that theory because it was just like, okay, how many Jedi are around right now after the Empire has fallen that Grogu could be reaching out to? But nobody thought they were actually going to have the balls to do it. To show this one X-Wing. And that's what... I didn't want to get the hopes up watching it either. I won't lie. Oh, great, one X-Wing? No. That nothing. We've seen X-Wings already through this. They're pretty much the cops in this fucking shit. New Republic cops. But the black hooded figure comes out of that X-Wing. It's fucking shit up when he gets off of that elevator. With a green lightsaber and a black gloved hand.
I love how they show it through like a security camera.
I did like that.
Like
They
one
showed
of those
that
caught on camera. The legend has appeared.
I loved how they did that. They built it up. The music was fucking... The music let you know something special was going on here. And I mean, by then, that black gloved hand holding the green lightsaber was all the giveaway you needed. I love how they kept his face hidden and just like, no, just enjoy the action, enjoy the moment, and enjoy who you know just walked into this motherfucker. As he easily slices and dices through these fucking... Which kind of makes me think, though, that if Din Djarin already had that Darksaber in his hand, like, he probably would have at least been able to hold his own for a little bit with the Darksaber and the Beskar Spear.
Dude, they should have did that. Fucking one side. Oh my god, he would be like a fucking...
Spartan.
Yeah.
But also, this wasn't about him. This moment was about this son of a bitch that just, again, slicing and dicing through these dark troopers, pushing them back with the Force. And then when he gets to the final one, these things that have been giving him so much Terminator trouble. Yes, say it. He clenches his fist.
And it crumbles.
Oh. And again, they're robots, so you don't have to feel bad to see something getting just crushed in like that.
And then just tossed down. He was garbage.
Open the door, Din Djarin yells. What, are you crazy? We don't know who that is. Open the door. And in that moment, I laughed a little. Because he takes off his hood and you could see there's some deep fakeness going on. It's a TV show. Yes, it's Disney and it's fucking big budget. Yes, but it's still a TV show. And this was also filmed and shit during COVID situations. So I can very easily forgive how weird his face kind of looked. Because in that moment, honestly, he might not have even looked that funny. Because my eyes were fucking welling up, dude. I was into it, dude. That Indian tear came out a little bit. Just like, dude, they really brought Luke into it. And decided to show him as a hero instead of just a green milk sucking douche. I saw a meme that showed fucking, from a Karate Kid. The first Karate Kid. Fucking Danny going up to Mr. Miyagi. He's like, can you teach me about karate? Mr. Miyagi just says, no. I want to die and I want to be alone. And it just rolls credits as written and directed by Rian Johnson. So seeing Luke do that, and of course he's there because of the baby. The whole time that's who's watching the security tape is the baby. Grogu knows what's going on. He's smiling. My God.
He even makes little weird noises.
Yeah. And as Luke guarantees to Din that he'll protect that baby with his life.
That's where my tear came in.
When the baby looked at him, he's like, he doesn't want to go with you. And Luke tells him he's waiting for your permission.
Oh.
And then he picks up the baby. Tells him not to be afraid. And the baby touches his mask. Or his helmet. And without a moment's notice, he takes off that helmet. The first time. All those adventures together, and the baby never even accidentally saw his face.
I want to
He
cry.
had already taken off the helmet. He had already proven that he was willing to take off the helmet just to get to the baby and save him. In that moment, all those principles that he had before, gone. This living baby is gonna see my face. You will know who saved your life, you little fucker. You owe me. Recognize that when I come for your lunch money later. Sorry, that was a fucking sentimental moment. That whole fucking, and then as if you weren't already fucking, and just in case you hadn't already started tearing up, just in case you weren't already fucking like all up in your feels, your nerdy feels. He puts the baby down, and up comes rolling motherfucking R2D2.
Looks like he scans him real quick and likes him.
Yeah. He's beeping back and forth with him. The baby's looking at him, tilting his head back and forth like a curious puppy. Smiling at him. That little moment right there between those two was just like, dude, that... Remember when we did the Cobra Kai and we were talking about that is how you do respect with like any kind of a reboot or anything property like that? The old and the new generation can be hand in hand. There can be a passing of the torch in a way. That right there. Grogu meeting R2D2.
Yeah, little thing.
It was fucking awesome. Well, the memes too. Last time fucking in timeline wise, last time R2 saw something of that species, he got smacked with the stick by Yoda on Dagobah. Too many memes, man. This time I was able to actually keep up with them as they were coming out through as the season was being released and shit. The best one I saw was fucking Luke walks in. I'm looking for somebody, and baby Grogu hiding behind a chair. Looking, found someone you have. Not this shit again. It's beautiful. Yeah. And then, of course, the baby puts his arms up. Luke picks him up. And that was goodbye. Now, I do got to mention there, Moff Gideon, he didn't get to kill himself like he was about to. But before he turned the gun on himself, he took shots at fucking Bo-Katan and her companion. And I swear to God, one of those shots got through at Bo-Katan. As Luke was coming through the door, they're all kind of, you know what I mean, inching closer because they all still had their guns up. But she was limping. I haven't seen it mentioned by any YouTuber. Nobody seems to want to. Nobody's mentioning it. I don't know if anybody noticed it. But I watched it just on 2 watches. I saw it both times. She's limping. She might not die in the next season, but there's that possibility. Oh yeah, there's a post-credit, huh? That's not that exciting, but Boba Fett goes into Jabba's palace and kills that Bib Fortuna, I think his name is. Oh God.
You have too much fucking knowledge of Star Wars at this point.
I'm sorry. I did it all for the podcast, if you could believe it.
I don't.
Not
at all.
No, I honestly, my Star Wars knowledge before we started podcasting was not as vast as it is becoming. I am starting
as it's becoming.
I am starting to absorb a lot more knowledge that I do not need. But yeah, season 2 ended on such a fucking high note, and we know there's going to be the Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka's getting her own show, and there's 1,000 other fucking goddamn Disney Plus shows about to be coming out for Star Wars alone.
Dude, what I want to see happen is flashbacks, since they have Hayden Christensen on board for Obi-Wan, flashbacks with Ahsoka.
That would be awesome.
Like during her show, like, oh, this was my master talking to someone, or
yeah, holocron footage and shit. They can make it work. They could really make it work. But yeah, Mandalorian, up to this point, seasons 1 and 2, I fucking if I was given a 9 out of 10 for season 1, then probably 10 out of 10 just for the emotional gut punch that they threw into that final episode of season 2. Cuz again, yes, Luke was an easy one to theorize that Grogu was talking to when he was meditating on that seeing stone, but I never thought they would actually bring Luke in.
I
Not
didn't
that
either.
soon. If they were gonna contact, I didn't think they would end the season with Luke Skywalker lightsabering a bunch. If it wasn't so emotional, I would have been cheering, standing cheering. But it was also one of those like, dude, I can't believe they're actually pulling this off. And he's kicking ass. The music set the tone too. It wasn't action music that was playing while Luke was lightsabering those droids down. It was like inspirational fucking slow music. They knew that they were creating a moment, a historical moment, honestly. And I think even 10 years from now, people will look back and be like, dude, that was one of the turning points for Star Wars after Disney bought them, man. They were starting to lose a lot of the fan base, but one beautiful scene of Luke Skywalker kicking ass and rescuing a baby. Chef's kiss. Is everything perfect about it? Of course not. Nothing's perfect. You know, you ever watched a show or a movie that you thought was just absolutely, completely perfect? Wouldn't change a goddamn thing ever? No. But
I can't think of anything.
exactly. But still, it knows what Star Wars is. Dave Filoni and John Favreau know that Star Wars is supposed to be fun. Star Wars isn't supposed to look like our world now, which I think was the problem with the sequel trilogy. They tried too hard to make it seem like America now in space. We don't want to see that shit. Star Wars is an escapist.
Exactly.
That's why it's sci-fi fantasy, man. Fantasy. That's why that slash goes between sci-fi and fantasy. They're somewhat one and the same when it comes to Star Wars, especially. It's a fucking space opera. Nobody wants to see real life shit on there. We want to see fucking fun. We want to see babies turning giant fucking bull things upside down with the Force. Because that shit's awesome. And that whole fucking... Yeah. I haven't cried watching a show like that in a while. Except the next late review. That one. Yeah. We can give a hint. Before we put this one to a close, yeah? It has to do with Coors Banquet and karate.
Dude, what was their KKK?
Oh, fuck. Oh, it was Cobra Kai, but spelled with a K. Cobra spelled with a K. Cobra Kai karate.
So, KKK?
Yeah.